Alright, so we're about a week into the Marvel Rivals Season 2 meta, and I kind of just want to make some predictions really quick, like my guess at what the meta is going to develop into or what's going to be like the actual defining meta. And I'm only making this video for fun, but also so we can compare to it later on as we get to the end of Season 2 to see if this was accurate at all, at least to the mid-season. So I am going to start off with the tanks. Groot is absolutely a pick or ban. He is meta. So this tier here is above S tier. S tier is like top tier, like really good heroes. Pick, ban, meta. That means you must pick or ban these heroes, or at least they define the meta in some kind of way. These are like the cream of the crop, the best ones. And Groot is absolutely that. Strange. Strange is giga nerfed. Like, this character actually is a lot weaker than he was. Between Magneto and Strange, the thing that stood out with Strange was that he had a lot of offensive pressure. They tuned that down so much, and in this game, when you can get people topped up really quick, not killing people is a really big deal. It's like some of the issues that we have with Widow. So when you pull up, you do your combo, they live, they get healed back up. You took a little bit of risk. You can get pulled out of position by Bucky. You can get like pulled by Emma Frost. He takes a lot more risk, doesn't get much reward anymore. Like, he's still good. He has portal. He still has like an ult if he can land it. So I'm gonna put him in the A tier. I almost want to put him at the very end of S, and I was thinking that before, but A tier. He's not really good enough anymore to be in the S tiers. Hulk is a pick, ban, meta type of character. Now a lot of people are saying, oh, Namor is not that good. The turrets are easier to track now because of the laser. They still do a lot of damage. It is not as good as Luna Snow, in my opinion, because of the slow. It doesn't like counter dive as much, but it's still so much damage. He puts it out so often. His damage output's so high with Namor. And Hulk is a really good hero to begin with. Don't let anyone tell you that he's not. This hero can play a little bit of dive. He can go back and forth. He can shield his team. He has like a lot of utility. He can take up flyers. Hulk is really good. One of the best ults in the game. I love Hulk. This was actually my main along with Strange. And yes, I am like a little bit of a like tier whore, but who cares? Thing is, Hulk is banned all the time now, and I'm sad, and I think that is necessary, and he's always going to be a really strong pick anyways. I don't see him not getting banned as much. Even people start thinking Neymar's not as good, but yeah, poor Hulk, so good. He's suffering from success. Thing. I think that Thing is an S tier hero. This hero has so much crowd control. He does pretty good damage. He has some pretty good utility. He has a really good ult. He has a good team up. He is really good as an immovable object. You can't just push him back. You can't really like do much to him. It's kind of hard to stop him from like constantly crowd controlling your team. So I think Thing is a shoe-in for S tier. I think this is like one of the top 4 tanks in the game, or top 5. And of course, I'm going to save Emma Frost for last, but Thor and Venom and Mag, right? Let's talk about Mag. Mag is also pick, ban, meta. He is the best tank in the game besides Groot. He doesn't get banned, so obviously he just falls under pick or meta. But yeah, this is what you want to be playing outside of Groot, because Groot's banned all the time. He is him. He has really good defensive power and amazing ult. Them nerfing the ult build is not that effective. Like, yeah, he doesn't have ult as often, but he's going to have it ready for when your supports try to ult and save the team. Amazing ult. Absolutely phenomenal. Alright, so Thor. Actually, I'm going to talk about Venom first. This might be a hot take. This might be a hot take. I think Venom is S tier. I have become a Venom main. I'm seeing the truth now. This character has a high skill ceiling, so it is kind of hard to like really get the most out of him unless you put a lot of time in. But Venom, man, I'm telling you, Venom has so much power. His dive capabilities are amazing. He has a really good team up. He has like an amazing one-shot combo. Like, he's hard to kill. Like, as a dive character, like, it doesn't get much better than that. It's really, really good. The only problem is he can't solo tank, right? Not that many tanks can solo tank. You really, really can't solo tank with Venom. You just can't. Since we're talking about Venom, let's bring up Peni Parker. Peni Parker, I think that the changes they gave her are really good in specific situations, and Peni has always been good in specific situations. So nothing has changed there. I think people that are really good at Peni and put a lot of time in are going to see a huge, like, buff, basically, like a huge like rise in their win rate. But I really don't think she's like that good all around. Like there's only a few situations I can think that she's like really phenomenal. It's like if you're defending a point or you're like contesting a point, you guys are fighting over a point. She's really good at her range, but she doesn't have like the utility that the other tanks have. She doesn't have like the threat, like the presence there. I really think that on some maps she just flat out sucks too. And I really think like payload maps a little bit harder for her. I don't think she's going to be that good. Hey, I hope I'm wrong. I think Penny is a cool character, but I don't think she's that good. Cap, he got buffed. He does more damage now. You got the animation canceling running and just blowing up your supports. You have to deal with him. He's actually a threat now, but I don't think he's like that good. Like, he's not that good, right? He's good. He's gotten better. He's actually better than Penny, that's for certain in my opinion. Especially if you're actually using the team up with Winter Soldier or Bucky. But I think I'm going to keep him like at the top of B, like a B plus hero. Thor is A tier. He's really good. I like everything about Thor. He's like a DPS that's really like thick and heavy and hard to kill when you're fighting him. He is really good at taking duels. Everything about Thor I really like. He's good at displacing people. The one big problem with Thor, I don't think his ult is that good. And I was a Thor ult believer for a long time. I was like, no, you can use the bubble and slow people. But like in actual games, in actual practice, it's much harder to actually successfully land an effective ult. It's better to just get one person with it, of course. You don't have to do like a whole team wipe, but even then it's just too easy to stop him from getting what he wants. And it's too obvious when he's going for his ult. Like you can fly up and then try to like ambush the team, but I feel like it's just not as good as what Venom does. I know he's a brawler, but I just can't put him higher. If his ult had a wider range, had a slowing effect of some kind, I think I would move him up to like S, but I'm gonna have to keep him in A for now. All right, Emma Frost. You guys are waiting for this. Emma Frost, in my opinion, is a top 3 tank. This is S tier. Like, yes, Hulk is like a pick or ban type of hero. He's really good, but he's not as good as these 3 right here. This is the trio. I think Emma Frost is amazing. She's really strong, has an amazing team up with Magneto and Psylocke. On top of that, she's really good at displacing people. It is so scary to walk anywhere near her range. She's so threatening to tanks, DPS, to anybody. Her ult's amazing. It's a ridiculously good ult. Like, are you kidding me? This is probably one of the best tank ults or tank like ults in the game in general. It's so strong. Her damage output's good. Her survivability is good. She doesn't have mobility, but that's not what she's for anyways. Like, people complain about her mobility. Oh, she's so vulnerable. It's like, why are you diving? Why are you diving with Emma Frost? Don't worry about it, man. So Emma Frost, meta defining. I think she's a top 3 tank. All right, moving on to DPS. Hela. This is a pick or ban meta hero. She's everything. She's really good. I think you need to actually ban Hela. I'm not ordering like all of the different roles. Maybe I'll do it at the end, but right now I'm just putting her up here, right? She is like cream of the crop. Namor, whatever. He is really good. I think he's not as good as dealing with dive because he has a slow, but he still does so much damage. I think he's also like one of those characters you want to have on your team. Don't ban him, obviously. I think you can ban him if you're a dive character, but I think it's better to just ban Hulk, as much as I hate to say it, because when you ban Hulk, you're taking out his team up. You're also taking out Iron Man. You're just getting more value out of the ban. So go ahead and just ban Hulk. But yeah, he is one of the top picks for DPS for sure. Hawkeye. This is an S tier now. Hawkeye's ult is so good now. He does so much damage. He's also just good in general. Like, you have to have more aim. You have to take a little bit more risk, but he's a little faster. Well, he's actually holding on the left click now, so it's easier for him to land, like, get his shots out. Really good. A lot of damage. I think he's up here. They keep buffing her, and I still think it's too situational. Like, I want to put her in A tier. Like, man, those buffs are good. She can knock you back and headshot you now if you have really good aim. But the problem is, that's like really good for like quality of life or defense play, but the only time this hero is like actually crazy good is with Mantis. And you're not going to get that in solo queue as often as you'd like, unless you're playing. Obviously, if you're dueling, that's a different story, but I can't put her in even A tier because of that. But she is in B tier. She's no longer like a bottom, I think she's like a bottom tier character. She's actually B tier now, in my opinion. Same thing with Black Panther. I think Black Panther is getting worse over time because of changes being made to the game, but also just getting kind of power crept out. I don't think he's that good. I feel like it's way easier to deal with his nonsense now, both because we're getting better at the game, but there's also better defensive options with like new heroes being added. Not that good, man. I'm sorry. Iron Man. I'm just gonna get all the flyers out of the way, actually. Let's just put them all here for now. Iron Man is seriously good. He got buffed again. I don't know why, but the flyers are all really good. They're all minimum A tier in my opinion. This guy might be S tier. It's really weird, but like Storm's not as good as, I think Storm might be better than Iron Man actually. It's about the same. We'll say these two are the same, but I think he's better. The reason Human Torch is better is because they buffed his damage so much. The fact that he gets that little shield now when he slams, it's a lot easier for him to get away. He's not as fast as these two in the air. Actually, he probably is about the same as Storm, but he has like more mobility because of that slam. The slam adds a lot to him. There's also an animation cancel that moves his hurt box on his head apparently. If you don't have Hela, like if she's banned, this guy becomes like actually like up here. I actually think this is possible. Like at a high level, like, you know, Grandmaster Plus, Celestial, whatever. I think a good Human Torch will run the whole lobby. And even then, even without that, he's still a really good hero. He's at least S tier. Moon Knight, I think A tier. I feel like he was falling off. Like he was almost like B tier. I might put him in S. No. I think he's like at the top of A tier though. He does way more damage. The shield thing is really nice. He gets it very often. The only problem is like he does have an issue with damage padding. Like if he doesn't secure kills, which a lot of the time he can't without Onk or ult, I think he just kind of feeds support ult, and that's like negative. Like I know you can play in a different kind of way to negate that, but in general, this hero by design, because he does so much of that extra bouncing damage that can get healed up, he can actually hurt your team in a lot of ways. Spider-Man, this is a pick or ban in my opinion. Like I think we're all opening our eyes to what a messed up design Spider-Man is. Like people will say that he has a lot of counterplay. Ooh, there's so much counterplay. It's so easy to deal with Spider-Man. But then I see all these clips where, especially in Wakanda, where this guy will pull people off the map. He'll do some ridiculous one-shot combo with Venom. And Venom is getting more popular now. I think Spider-Man is going to be impossible to deal with in some lobbies, depending on like the team composition. Especially if they ban things that make his life a little bit harder. I think this character is just too crazy, volatile, and like difficult to even react to for people to actually handle him. I think it's better to just ban him, honestly. Like, yeah, if you're a crazy good player, you're like insane, you're top 500, maybe your opinion is different than mine. I'm a Grandmaster player, but I think this hero is ridiculous. And I think it's just going to keep getting worse. Iron Fist, I don't think his buffs were that good, but I don't think they're that bad either. I think he's really good at doing a lot to the front line now. And I think we're going to end up just seeing him sit in the front and kind of just hit and run, find isolated people and kill them. That's how he's supposed to play, but he used to do it in the back line. There's so many risks though. If you watch like high level Iron Fist, they really just go in there and shield stuff and annoy people and leave. Or they'll maybe get a tank. Maybe they'll get a pick. He kind of plays like Captain America a little bit. But I think he actually has a huge threat factor towards tanks. Especially because tanks end up isolated a lot, or at least pushed up enough where they can get picked or pulled. And this guy, almost as bad as Wolverine when it comes to that. It's actually ridiculous. So I think he's making his way up. I'll say look in the lower end of A tier. Psylocke is S tier. Psylocke didn't get nerfed. I think she is actually better off because of that. So because like the other options are going to be less popular, I think that might be difficult for her to deal with, like Bucky. I think that she's better. She has a really good team up. She was good to begin with. She was already like teetering between A and S tier anyways. So like why wouldn't she just be S tier? And speaking of Bucky, this hero, Still like a top 5 design. I don't think you can make him bad. Like, yeah, it's less threatening, which is good. They kind of just fixed him. They didn't like nerf him. They made him normal. So now he's a normal, insanely good character. So he's still S tier. He's not like, oh, you have to ban him. If you want to, by all means. But I don't think he's going to like, it's going to be like a loss automatically because you didn't ban him now. So yeah, he's an S tier. I would put him above all of these guys, to be honest. I would put Psylocke up here too. Wolverine, I despise this character. I despise this hero. I still think he's S tier. Like, the nerfs that he got weren't really like insane, or I guess he's like ban, right? He's a pick or ban type of hero. I still think he is. I know in more coordinated lobbies where, yeah, Susan can peel him and other people can peel him, no biggie, easy to counter. Let's be real. A lot of us are playing solo queue or playing with duo, and maybe our duo is not playing a role or position or hero that can deal with this. This is a nightmare. He's like one of the only things that can like actually handle Groot. I think he's still like up there. Like, I think we might see him dropping or becoming less popular, but I think by the end of it, he's still going to be up here. Starlord got a pretty decent nerf. I still think he's S tier. I thought he was S tier last season. I think a lot of people are saying he's like top 5 in the game. I don't think it's like that. I think he's like probably up here somewhere, like, you know, around there. He's one of the best S tiers in the game. Really, really good hero. Like, there's not much to say about him. Wanda, A tier. Wanda, or Scarlet Witch, got buffed. The buff was like for 2 things. So she got the team up. The team up's really good. You're not going to see Strange as often, so you're not going to see the team up as often. So even though the team up's really great, you're not going to get it as often. But the big change for me was the way that her damage works. I think the way they changed it is a lot better, and it's more likely that she can actually be useful instead of just tickle monster the whole time. I think I'd put her around here. She's definitely better than Iron Fist. Not too sure about Storm. I'd put her up here in A tier. Squirrel Girl, I don't know. This is such a difficult hero to rate. I've always thought she was good, and then I think she's kind of mid, and then I see her do something stupid, or her ult just behaving in a way that makes me angry. And I'm like, dude, this hero's too much. And Spiderman's like popular if he's not banned, and they have this combo is actually horrifying. You're just kind of stuck, getting like strapped down to the ground and by squirrels. So I think definitely A tier. Definitely better than Wanda. I don't think she's better than these guys though. Punisher, I think his value went up. Like, I always thought Punisher was good anyways. I've been a Punisher believer. People will put him down here. He has a lot of utility. He's useful. He has a really good team up. Like, he's still got the Rocket team up. And like, the reason his value is just going up to me is because Groot is so good, and he's actually one of the best heroes for dealing with those walls. He's just really good. He's good for a lot of reasons. He's good for the walls. He's good for the team up. But the fact that he can actually control so much space for so long. Like, let's say you're in overtime. This guy sets up turret into infinite ammo, into ult. For so long, he is just beaming down mid and making like a whole sight line like impossible to cross. He has value like automatically just because of that. Like, you can't make this design that bad unless you start getting rid of certain tools, like infinite ammo, for example. So he's still up here, still one of the best DPS. I think he's better than all the flyers except for him. So I'm going to put him up here in A tier. Magik is an A tier or S tier hero. It's kind of hard. I'll put her in S tier. No, I'll put her in A tier. I lied. So I can't put her in S tier. If you asked me last season, I'll say, yeah, Magik is S tier. Magik's really good, but she has like kind of difficult to navigate, kind of difficult to pilot. The problem with Magik is she's inconsistent, right? So she can be the best hero in the whole game for DPS, for carrying lobbies, for getting you through the ranks. And then sometimes it's just like, oh, I don't get to win. I have to swap. She has a lot of counters. Bucky's still a good counter. He still is. Thing is a pretty good counter to her. Magneto shields can counter her. Groot on your team as Magik can counter you, because these guys always be putting up walls and not putting them down. Like, she has a lot of natural like predators in this hero pool. Penny's bad for her. Namor's still kind of bad for her sometimes. Mr. Fantastic, we'll talk about in a second, is going to kind of ruin some of her goes. Like, She wants to target someone and this guy just slows her or bubbles or shields whoever she's attacking. There's too many things that just ruin what she wants to do. So I can't put her in S tier, but she's definitely like one of the best DPS for like carrying lobbies, like top of A tier. And now I'm going to talk about the elephant in the room. This hero, I always thought was good. I've always been a Reed Richards believer. I thought he was like here on release. A lot of people thought he was down here. I thought he was up here in A tier. I thought he was pretty good. You can put him like, I could have said B+, I could have said A. Either way, he was solid. Then in 1.5, they buffed him for some reason. And I was like, dude, this hero is crazy. I would say like top of A tier, right? They gave him a knockback. He can actually peel or just force people to stay in situations they don't want to be in. And then they buffed his damage. They added a slow. This is one of the best DPS in the game. I promise. This is one of the best DPS in the game. He plays unconventionally, so you're not going to see him that much. I don't think a lot of people are even ever going to fully realize how ridiculous this hero can be. But I think right now, he's one of the best DPS, and as time goes on and people figure him out more and use him the way he's intended to be used, they're going to realize that this hero is ridiculous. He's annoying to fight. He's good at peeling. He has utility. He does a lot of damage now. He does a lot of damage to a large group of people by swinging his arms. He gets ult like pretty quick, actually, it feels like. And his ult's actually pretty good now, especially when you combo with stuff like Emma Frost. He's not bad. He blocks so much damage too, and he's like really hard to kill. Reed Richards is that guy. Like, we'll see if I'm wrong, but I believe it. I think this is one of the best DPS in the game. All right, supports. They nerfed the crap out of this guy. I don't even know what bro did to deserve that. I don't think that he needed to be nerfed. I think he's like B tier now. Like, actually, like you can play, you know, the revive comp, and then he's pretty good like in triple support. But they did him dirty, man. He's really not that good. Like, he does a lot of damage. He's probably super like good in solo queue still, but in general, Adam Warlock's not that good. I feel like him and Mantis are stuck in this like bubble where they're forced to play and triple support to get the most out of them. You pick these two with a rocket, you're good. They're actually solid now. And you have a Starlord, so you have the revives, you have the rocket revive. That's a really good composition. But on their own, you're playing and there's just two supports. These two are not very good. I'm sorry, they're not that good anymore. She can be crowd controlled during her ult. She dies easier now. This guy has less defensive utility. It's actually so unfortunate. And his ult's one of the hardest to build up in the game. And it's so easy to counter. There's so many setups for countering Adam Warlock ult now. Susan, easy picker ban meta hero. This is like one of the best supports in the game. It's so obvious. She does everything and she does it all really well. She is like a better Luna Snow in a lot of ways. Luna Snow is still really good. She's like an S tier, but she's not like necessarily part of the meta anymore. I don't think she is like defining the meta. Like, you need to have a Luna Snow on your team. I don't think it's like that anymore. I think her spot's been taken by her. Speaking of which, Cloak and Dagger, another blonde. I would put her here as well. I think in some ways she can be better than Luna, but she's not, in my opinion, just because Luna has hit scan and I like hit scan more. I think it has more value than what she brings to the table in general. Her ult can be countered the same ways as Luna's, so Cloak and Dagger is still really good. Insanely solid pick. Really good, no matter what you do here. Her ult's still really good as well. And hers is too. They're just like not as good as Invisible Woman. Like, that's just how it is. Like, somebody has to be at the bottom, someone's got to be at the top, and she's at the top right now. Jeff is kind of bad. I think Jeff kind of sucks. Like, low-key, he's kind of terrible. Like, I can't think of any situation where, like, man, a Jeff would really hit the spot right now. That's what we need to win this game. I've never thought that. Like, his ult when the game came out was crazy, and it was annoying. And Jeff's user ult defensively are my hero. That's really good utility out of it. But other than that, this hero's Not that good. I'm sorry. I think he sucks. And then the other two meta defining heroes, Loki. I still think Loki is like a pick ban meta hero. They nerfed the rune, so it's not as good, but it's still really good. I think once Lokis get used to the cooldown and get used to cooldown management for that, they'll kind of bounce back. I think right now he's like sort of veering off a little bit just because that nerf, but he's still really good. Come on, this guy can copy other people's ults with good clone placement. He's impossible to kill. He's still got rune. Still does a lot of damage and healing. Really good. Like, come on. I think it's actually like this, right? This is the order. Rocket is the best support in the game now. It's not even close. Well, it is close, but I mean, it's not even like debatable. He had a problem where he didn't have burst healing. They fixed that. Now he has burst healing, and he still does pretty good like AoE healing, right? Like, I know you're not supposed to just shoot the things anywhere now, because you're going to get the most optimization from like shooting them directly at your target, because you get that crazy burst healing. It's like automatically 50, I think, when the orb hits them. But now he has that, and he still has like HOTS, like heals over time on everyone in the area. They nerfed his survivability a little bit. He still has Beacon. Beacon's insane. It's one of the best tools in the game, hands down. And now they gave him a defensive ult. He has an ult that heals everyone, keeps their health going up, and it's still a damage boost even though it's nerfed. So he gets a lot of utility. So much. A ridiculous like Swiss Army knife of tools. They fixed any issues he could have had. So he has, people complain about burst healing, he has that. People complain about his ult not being defensive, he has that. He still has a lot of mobility. He's going to run a map pretty easily. He can't dash like really far and often anymore, so you can actually dive him. He's way more killable now. People have to start targeting him. But this is like the meta. It's Rocket, right? Like, I don't think I'm going to order these, but if I were to define like this top row, these two are at the end, these three at the end, in fact, I would put Rocket, Invincible, and Loki. I still think that supports have a lot to do with the meta, but so do tanks, right? So it's something like this. Then you have your DPS. Let's put her up here. Something like that. And these are just like the ones that are like really difficult to deal with, or bring something to the table that is difficult to deal with. I'm not going to order everything here. Like, I think relatively this is a decent order for this stuff. But yeah, this is it. This is what I think the meta is going to be by mid-season. Of course, they're going to patch this, is going to change. And we'll see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. But these are just my predictions. This is my tier list. I don't normally make tier lists for high level. I usually make tier lists for low level. This is like a general, like high and low, everything, right? All in one. This is my prediction. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know if you agree, disagree, you think I'm stupid, or just leave a comment with what you ate today. I really don't care. Just helps the algorithm if you engage with the video, and I would really appreciate it. Have a good day.